This is absolutely wild. What's the deal, gang? What's the deal? Sorry, I'm watching the Knicks game. It is 72-22 in the first half. 50-point game. They're fighting over there. Coaches on the floor. What's the deal, my people? How's everyone doing? Music's kind of depressing. Welcome to the Asian session. Let's mark up some levels real quick before we get our first closure. The 4-hour closed at resistance. We got a top wick. I think there's a chance we could come down here, fill the 4-hour range. We're gonna need to break below forward here. Let's see what that level is. The higher time frame, the 30 and the 1 are both showing us level. Okay, now 15 is a bit higher. Either way, I'm not too interested in anything above here in terms of sells. There we go, breaking through. Could have acted on the re-break of the 4-hour lows back into the range, but it's still above this little general area. So, and we closed with no bottom wick, indicating no range. So, have to let that candle go. See what's going on here. Okay, things could get interesting here. Ah, woof, woof. Why did YouTube change the size of my YouTube chat? Can I make this smaller? Taking up a whole bunch of my screen. How did that happen? Must be a new update. Yeah, we're back in the 4-hour range. Time to go. 15 is going to close here. Previous 4-hour is bullish though, and now we have a bottom wick that we didn't have before. So for me to take the position here for a sell, I need a range to break out again. I need a support to form here. This might just drop for a bottom wick. Okay, 15 close below. Huh. Big range to play here. Back up, back up. See, maybe we can fake out and retest the highs. That would be interesting. Get that 4-hour now that we have a bottom wick to continue back up. A lot of range here to the left. For us to come down, we got to break through. Quite a few strong supports though. For us to come down to this clean range here. Daily's bullish. Buys would be interesting. Give me a second, chat. Mic check, YouTube and Zoom. Can I get a hi? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. For red eyes, use clear eye moisture. Oh yeah. Crazy, my kids were doing that in the pool. I told you guys before that. I don't know. They all seen this on TikTok, apparently, or it's a thing on Roblox or something. And instead of yelling Marco Polo in the pool, they were yelling, "Oh yeah." I told them find another word. So she came up with alcohol. I was like, "Yo, what are you watching?" She was like, all right, it's gonna be a different word. We're gonna change it to ACL. I was like, ACL? She's like, yeah, instead of alcohol, we'll change it to ACL. Like, who you think you're talking to right now? Who are you trying to fool? It looks like a double top. It's good for visuals. Now go micro. Or go more in depth. Go more targeted. Right? Looks like a double top. What edge can that give you? All right, you say resistance. You're kind of looking for cells, right? So lock in, where can those cells come in? Right? Do you want to sell into this area while you're above it? Really, now, right? What do we want to base our judgment when to sell in relation to? Right? Because it's all about timing. Selling up here and selling down here would have given you different results on the same candle, right? You could have done it here. You could have done it here. Right? Completely different. Now you're experiencing completely different emotions and you don't know why. Tell you why. Because patterns cannot be your foundation. It's easy, it's simple to tell, which is a clue for the eyes, but you must go in depth. It's not this, what we do isn't easy, but it's rocket science. But it's not rocket science, right? This isn't easy, but it's not rocket science. It's pretty simple when it comes down to it, but it's definitely not an easy thing to do. Because it's a lot of the things you do here are counterintuitive. Because the masses are intuitive, right? They do what you'd expect someone to do when they're looking at the charts, and that's when the whales trap everybody, right? When you become somebody else's liquidity. And the key is to think outside the box, outside the masses, and your edge is the fact that the masses are trading the same way all the time. So that creates patterns that you're able to recognize. If you go into the smaller time frame, it also creates candle prints that you can recognize. That's like learning how candles print in relation to levels, in relation to timing, in relation to volume, right? Learning how they print and what to focus on to understand what the candle is telling you, right? Because the same closure at a different place on the chart will mean different things, right? It's like the like wheel and will are two different things. Give me 1 second. I got the boss here. Yes, boss. The boss is in the house, and everybody behave, otherwise HR will be on your ass. Hi, boss. You want to say hi? You want to tell them they're fired? You're all out of order. All right, sweetie. Let me concentrate because I got a little carried away here. Why do you care if she gets off the iPad? Is she done eating? Tell her dad said homework time. Why is stuff banging there? Hold on. All right, yeah, my bad, gang. Let's get back to this. Wix, long time no see. Khaled, welcome back. So we are closing below that 15, but we're maintaining this hourly and 30 level, which can be pretty deceiving, right? Because if you look on the 15, looks like a solid celery play. So maybe, just maybe, yes, sweetie. Only 2 Powerades? You can have 1. Pick a color. You're gonna pick orange? The way to possibly participate here. Let's see. Hold on. I want to see something. We ended up like this. We closed the 30. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not going to take any sells here, even if we see a celery play here. I would rather come up here. If we can come up before the celery play, then maybe we can look for positions. I'm not going to look for anything on the break of the lows here. That's not me. It's me, Mario. You're DJ Khaled? It's not. I got a goldfish. Any version of him? Man, just be yourself, bro. Be yourself. I bet you there's people that don't even see the resemblance. There's probably people, even if you think you look like him, I bet you there's people in your life that are like, no, you don't. The N word almost came out. Woo! I would have been on trial tomorrow. How many pages? All of them. Why? Why is a crooked letter? I believe in you. A lot of pages? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 2. No, I mean like 2 sheets. No, 2 sheets because, and then you have, there's 6 more pages. All right. How about this? This one doesn't have anything. So it's first and second. No. 2 questions? Are you kidding me? 4 questions? No. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. We don't do that. No. After that, I got a surprise for you. You know what the surprise is? Early bedtime. Woo! Party on. No, we're not celebrating that. I'm kidding. Go, finish. Finish. You want early bedtime? Go to bed now if you want. I mean, you've kind of completed all your tasks for the day. But if you want to help out, can you do me a favor? Go do the dishes. You don't know how to do the dishes? Lillian learned at 6 years old, or 8 years old, or 7 years old. Like when she was your age when she started learning. How you like now if we re-break lows after breaking these highs? It's, man, let me see. Hold on. Sweetie, let me concentrate for a second. No, I'm not gonna mess with the 15 here. As the 30 close, respecting. Is the 1 hour close. Any break of the lows could be a nasty fake out. Like if it comes down here, great. I'll let it rock. I'm cool with it. I don't want to be part of this. Right. It should technically get to here 46.29, but I don't want to be in a position without having a closure below. Right. I do not want to be in a candle. And we don't have a steep top. We actually tapped a really good level for a sell. It's just this level across here. Just it looks so good on the 15. What's the 4 hour looking like? To drive and fill the range down. 30. If this can re-break its own high and attempt to come up here, and then re-break the low, I'll get in it. I just want to attempt. I do not like on the higher time. If we can attempt to come up here into that upper range and fail, we never really got up there. Just kind of tap this area. This could have been a sell limit of sorts. But I don't want to look like, yeah, you see we broke the low. It might come down here. It might drop heavy. But it might push up and start filling this wick, and then you're like, man, I knew this because like the 30 never closed below. Right, we got a closure right at it. If we were to come down, why not close below? So I'd rather let this go. But it is a seller, but I can't blame you for taking it. Like it looks decent. Looks like you know, looks like something a lot of people would take. Bearish market, yeah, sure, fine. But in shorts, I'd rather be short up there or below here for a cleaner range. Below here, I'm pretty confident. Right now, I expect if we do come down, I expect a reaction here. Right, so you only have what, 30 pips of range. Could be quick. Never had retested the highs here, never had a pullback. Yeah, I'm good. This is the only thing that bothered me. The 30 closure. The 30 closure at this level, and the previous hourly has no bottom wick. So you're expecting a hold of support and a push back up to fill that candle. Maybe not. What about 4 hour? Yeah, 4 hour should have been up over there. I really wasn't at the computer. Started the stream. I had to take care of much things, so I wasn't there for that. All right, we'll see right here what we're gonna do. Yeah, the celery play over there. You saw about 25 pips. About 10. You only catch 10 pips, bro. Where's all the peoples? There they are. Nice. Jordan in the building. W.
What up? What up?
You know what that is?
The song?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it?
I don't know the name, but I know the song.
No, do you know where it's from? Why it's famous?
No, I don't. What makes it famous?
Chicago Bulls.
Every night before Jordan, Michael Jordan, would get introduced in Chicago. Right? This, I think it was the United Center. That would be the theme. That's what would play. If I said Jordan in the building, that's the theme.
Makes more sense now.
Can't believe I had to explain that.
I wasn't really a huge basketball fan until later in life, to be honest.
You better become a basketball fan.
Well, I do now because my little brother every year for Christmas is his spoiled ass gets NBA tickets, so we go and see him every year.
Yo, here, this was it. And don't say shit about this right here, gang. Say shit about that. I got 3 daughters. Don't say shit about this and this. I got 3 daughters. Wait, why can't we hear this? Where's the music? I hear this. And now. I haven't looked at the comments. I want to see what. Yeah. No, here's the deal. When we drive in the car, it's Dad, turn on a song, turn on a song. I gotta turn on songs that they like. And right now they're in their Backstreet Boy, NSYNC, Spice Girl stage. Well, not really Spice Girls, they're not into that. But they're in their boy band stage ever since Hunter came out, or Huntrix. What's that called? The show? The Asian show, the Korean show. Not Hunter, Hunter. Jeez, I was just thinking about it. You know what the fuck I mean.
You talking Demon Hunter?
Demon Hunter. No, not Demon Hunter. No, it's like a boy band. Girl, it's K-pop. K-pop. Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunter. You're right. You're right. What am I saying? K-pop Demon Hunter. So ever since then, everyone's in their fucking boy bands. Could you boost your mic gain a bit, coming in quiet compared to other sounds? But that's the thing. That's what I don't understand, because the gain is up. Gain's all the way up. It's up quite a bit. And if I turn it any more up, you guys are gonna hear static when the noise gets too loud. Huntrix, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Highly likely you make one, but look, 30 has a chance to close above. Get your onion and 100 pip range here. At a limiter and a compressor, I think I have them both. If I turn it on right now, my sound will get fucked. For some reason, it interferes with OBS whenever I have them both running at the same time, like when I start going through the options. Here's the OBS. You guys want to know what the score is? 93 to 38. I'm sorry, 95 to 38. Knicks are up by 67 points. No, by 63 points. Right? Oh, what am I saying? Yeah, 63. No, 57. Yo, the math ain't mathing. I'm sorry. 95 minus 33 is 53. I'm sorry, 57. It's been a long day. Hey, gang, drop a like, sub to the channel while we're waiting. Something. Here's the deal. 12 minutes for the hourly to close. Last 15 of the hourly. Ideally, I want to see something like this here. We can see that 30. That'll close the 30. Like so. And I'm down to take bottom wick entries here. We'll look for this ride to retest the highs before it has a chance to come back down. But we need to close up above. Perfect. Look at this. Look at this. 10 more minutes. If it doesn't, it continues down and closes bearish. We're gonna look for closure below 4629.6. Where's Eddie? People are missing chat. Nine minutes on this 1 hour. Give me a second. Might see the fake out we just spoke about. But I won't. I spoke about getting above this level here to the left, which is a tricky one. Higher time frame though is closing above. Let's see if we can get a top wick, break that high, come back down for a bottom wick, and then the re-break. Let's see if we can close above first of all. This isn't enough. What's up, Jay? Eddie in the building? How'd you get in? Oh, you were in here already. I didn't see you. Eddie went to the gym about half hour ago.
Nah, no gym today.
I'm not saying
Friday.
I'm not saying you look like you worked out. I'm just saying
Oh.
usually the tank top comes out on gym days.
I usually don't go during the weekday. I go Wednesdays and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
But I usually don't go for weekdays and name 2 weekdays. Wednesday, Friday.
Well, yeah, Friday. But I go Friday night, Saturday, and then Sunday. And then whatever weekday, I don't feel tired.
Right. A minute 40 on this 1 hour. Like no closure above. Last 90 seconds it wants to come down. The trickle down range. This chop. People at the Zoom door, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The doc is in. I can't believe Knicks are up 61 points. About to be 63. Yep. "20 seconds, 4 hours coming down here. Have a level in the way. Got a leg candle closer. No bottom wick on the 15. No sells, no celery play. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna take a buy right here. Stops will be down here. Bring this to about 22 pips here. Go break even. Let's see if we can come up further. We don't want to re-break, so wait, let's go 15. Stop. See if we can push up a little. take us out here. Wants to head down to the 4-hour lows. We just want the reaction, but we'll see. We didn't get the sniper entry here. But either way, yeah, stops would have been hit right there. So B, good attempt. We gave it a chance to come back up to these levels. Might still do it, but the 4-hour lows, see it right here. So there's a chance we push down to here for that bottom wick and then come up. Yeah, filled the 15 body. I was hoping it would fill the leg handle all the way up though. Shit, it might do it right now after re-breaking the low, making sure the initial orders were out. Not gonna retry it though. I gave it that first attempt, second or third. Once we've tapped there already, it's easier to break now. This is one of those times that I think we can see whipsaw and really break below here. No buy limits here. First time visiting strength. W. Lewis. Appreciate you coming through. How are you? Good? Had your level a bit lower, never got activated. Well, you still have it, you're about to get activated, but I think it's coming down lower. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We've seen this level hold plenty of times before. Leg candle here, like typically that gets filled. I don't know why we stopped yet. We maybe a reaction off the body, but to eventually fill it. So I really expect the price to come up here. Not to drive up, I expected just this range. About 60 pips there. Already played out how I wanted in terms of B, yeah. Maybe the hourly fake out to close the 4-hour bullish above the range. Right, that could happen. Then we have about 100 pips to fill the range up, even more. All right. We can see this. Fake out on the hourly. 4-hour closes bullish. We have range to here. And if the 4-hour wants to reject at that point, come back down, great. But we would need to come back up and close back up here. shorts. I'm not gonna take shorts until I see the 4-hour close. I was interested in buys here, but it really depends how long it takes to develop. Maybe it develops on the 30. 46.35. This to 44 to 46.30 should decide up or down. Right? This is a range to watch, and once we're outside it, that's what should really determine direction. And it'll also let you know that there's volume because you'll close outside the range. Our sells could also be interesting. Really going to depend where we close on the 4-hour. Wouldn't this usually be a case of a sell stop when it rebreaks the lows? I'm sure this happened last week and you had that sell stop on that ran, if you remember. It was a 4-hour celery last week. This isn't the celery. This is just a drive back in range. We could have anticipated it, but it wasn't clear and obvious as last week's 4-hour celery. The 4-hour in this case last week looked like this. We had the break of the lows here. That's what the 4-hour looked like. Over here, the 4-hour doesn't look like that. Last week, I took it strictly up to 4-hour. You are getting a celery play here of sorts, though, right? You have a break of the bullish candle at resistance by bearish candle. If it breaks that low there. So just yet. How's coming up? Yeah, give me a minute. I was smoking a joint outside, gang. Try not to smoke up the room because the kids are running in and out here. Wait a minute. I'm not looking for sells here. First of all, we're holding this level. I might bring this down. There. We're holding that level. Number one. Number two, even if we don't, we're pretty overextended for the sell here. The only way that would happen is off a top wick. If this ends up being in the next 4-hour entry, it's gonna be off this level. Right now, I believe there's a high likelihood we close above, back above this area. As I said, if we don't, we end up closing bearish on the 4-hour. If we close doji, I'll freaking call it a stream. But 4-hour closes bearish here. Ideally, in 45 minutes, it's like this, and we have not retested this high, because I will look for this to pump up off the open and flip right back bearish off this 4-hour body, the candle. Idea is to trade it up to here, this flip. Everything else I don't care about, just extra runner. But ideally, this is what you see. Now, ideally, it would be nice on the next 4-hour. There could be enough volume to really move this market and play that whole thing out on a smaller time frame. You're looking for longs? I can do both. It just has to set up. I would prefer shorts once this 4-hour closes bearish. I would prefer longs for now. This is very overextended. I would prefer it to come up for a pullback. I also understand it can do that off this level. Had a few attempts, right? It made a bottom wick, came up, the flip, rebroke the low, then came up, flipped, made this wick, then rebroke the low again here. And it's like, okay, at some point it should drop. But for me, it's too overextended. If it forms a support and it closes below here, right? I can deal with that. But from what I see moving, it's printing too fast to close and form a support on a higher time frame. Right? Look at this 5. The 5 looks great. Printing really fast. The 15. All bearish. No bullish closures just yet. I also understand if I drop down to the 1 here, we see multiple attempts to come down here. 5 candles that have spent their time on this line without making a decision to drive in either direction. Another one. The music's kind of loud. Wow, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was wondering why I couldn't hear anything in my headphones because I muted them or turned them down, and then if everyone's speaking, I can't hear either. I'm like, first I didn't connect, I didn't go 2+2. I saw 2 plus blank equals 4, and I was like, I'll come back to this question once I finish the test. You're right. Should be better now. L'chaim sweater now. How many of you guys hear my voice when you're trading? In your head. I mean, if you hear it for real, ask others if they hear it too, and then seek help. But if you hear it in your head. One person. people. 3 people. Three. That's it. Not bad. Are we gonna drop? Heavy drop incoming. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bouncing off the 15. Level right there. I see it dropping. It's got to drop. It just doesn't make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? Why don't you just get it? Because there's no closures yet. Well, I'm saying it doesn't make sense because it's hit this level 5, 6, 7 times. Like you know, you bang on a wall with a hammer enough times, eventually it'll fucking break. And Asian session is basically a hammer. Volume time. It's a session. It's session time. In session times, they're basically hammers. New York session is like a fucking a bulldozer. NYC opens the bulldozer. All the time I hear we got to let this print knowledge guided by experience. Yeah. That's it's common. The common thing to happen. I used to hear it a lot more, like back in the day. Like, man, I just hear. Anybody hear me in their head whenever they're not trading? Just in everyday life? If you do, let me know in what instances, like when. And don't be like, yo, when I'm making love, because I want to know. 3,400, let's go, W. All right, coming back up. Oh, what are we doing? Nope, first time here. Oh, Claudia. I'm sorry. If you think the shit I say is bad, think about the things I almost say. Imagine. So this isn't that bad. She's like, what the fuck did I just walk in on? Whenever I enter a gold position by myself, I think of you. I used to have that with with people that I used to back in the day. It wasn't like this, right? To learn, like I told you I used to fucking take rides out, travel to Disneyland just to meet somebody that traded so I could learn what he knew. Freaking yeah, I would email people that had no idea who I was, but I seen them on social media trading and posting. They probably weren't even that good either. I don't remember who. And take them 2 weeks to reply. It looks good, right? Remember that? I'd send them a chart. 2 weeks later, it looks good. I'm like, first of all, it's 2 weeks later. It doesn't matter now. Second of all, looks good doesn't teach me anything. I didn't send that for approval. I sent it for value. My dumbass thinks everybody just wants to share info. Everyone's like me, right? People don't understand. You can't take shit with you. What do we say? You don't see a U-Haul behind a hearse ever. Not take anything with you, so leave an impact. But those people that did give me advice, whenever I'd look at the chart and see what they were talking about, it would be in their voice. Reggie in the building. More people at the Zoom door. Welcome. 5 minutes here for the 30. And I mean, it's overextended. We want a support to print, and then we want to break that support, right? Once we break that support coming off resistance, we'll be happy campers. Right now, as it's just coming down, anti-rally, the anti-rally. What you can do? Like you can bank on the volume and the drop, right? But once again, you have risk management is part of everything you do. That's what's going to keep you. That's what's going to separate you from the break-even pack and get you into profitability, right? And it's because, right, when you're break-even, you win some, you lose some. Eventually, at the end of the day, you're just break-even. At the end of the week, at the end of the month. Well, you know how to win. Now you got to learn how to not take trades, how to not take the losses, or how to manage those losses that they're minimal, right? And over here, you're just overexposed, right? Because the only solid stops are above here, and like it's not worth anything. Just bank. It's not worth that risk just banking on the volume. Yeah, a large number of times it'll come down, but for the amount of times you'll hit that stop and the amount you lose, it just won't be worth it. Once this 4 hour, if this is how we close on the 4 hour, this will be a sell limit. As long as we don't get down to 46.23 areas, right, this is good. As long as we start pushing back up and get a top wick on the next 4 hour, I will have a sell limit here for a pancake at 46.36. Looking to retest the lows to drive down here because the 4 hour is going to close bearish back in range, respecting resistance here, higher time frame level. Right, if we're able to open up with a top wick, maybe it takes an hour to get here, right? That's a possibility. 4 hours is a long candle, so next we might take an hour to ride up. We might come up here, fake out, come back down, which would look like a 4 hour top wick. So at the end of the day, or at the end of the trade, you want your top wick into here. You want entry there. You want fill of the range. And you want it exactly like this with no drawdown. I'm gonna fall asleep, honestly. It's so late here. I'm waiting to buy the bottom. You know a guy named Options by any chance? Options in demand? Ew. Really? What do you know about options that we don't? Options in demand. His options is busy. He's in demand right now. No, don't correct yourself. I know what you said. 4K. How long you been trading for? August 2018, so going on 8 years. My bad for the typo. Thank you for the typo, not your bad. Thank you for the typo. It gives us a chance to troll, kind of make this a bit more interesting than a monotone monologue from me. Going high or low tonight? Well, I'm definitely going high first. I think I'm actually already there. 30 is going to close below. overextended, overextended, overextended. Don't forget, we said it, and then next thing you know, you guys are in off a top wick. Fine, okay. You win, great. You're setting a bad habit next time this prints similarly, but not exactly like this, and then rejects. Oh man. First timer. Thank you. Well, I guess the algo's working. All right, look, gang, 30 closure. We've not formed the support just yet. Still respecting the 15 level here too. Dump when? Well, that's what price action is here to tell you. That's the narrative you're here to discover, right? You're here to read candle closures in relation to the levels and timing and volume, and do a top-down analysis, and in relation to what happened in the past, right? Do technical analysis, right? Study of historical price data. That's what you're doing. Your job is to look left and make sense of things. Not to recognize a pattern. It's not to exactly see a certain candle closure. It's to put all those things together to build a system with an edge. I like this below the most recent. This is interesting. If we keep it like this, it makes sense. I think this level can be avoided by printing a bullish candle. Shouldn't care here, the levels here. It's really the most recent, which is right there. Falls in line with the 30, falls in line with a lot of things. That we've already seen. Once we close below this area, we come down. Difference is over here was below the most recent resistance. Over here, we've driven through multiple levels without ever printing a support. Let's see, maybe we get a celery. If we can print a bullish 15 here, or a weak bearish 15, right? Bullish 15 that closes below 46.29. Didn't sells on the break of that low. Close like this on this candle. Be interested on sells and sells on the break of that low. That would set us up for the next 4 hour too. Not right now though. Wickfield incoming. 20 pips. In your marking levels, you mostly based on the higher time frame, 1 hour, 4 of 30 of the 15 don't align. I try to find the level that works the best, that aligns the most. In my head, I make sense of things, and the way you choose that is based on your experience. I could tell you put it here, put it there, but you might be noticing different things, or you might be applying my concepts but noticing them in a bit of a different way or from a different perspective. And your levels, right, that you find applicable to that, that's where you should mark it up. But usually I want a combination of maybe the 4 hour. Sometimes the 4 hour don't align, but as long as the 1 hour, at 30 and a 15, there's multiple time frames are aligning, and there's at least a higher time frame level in there. That's the levels I go with. Most of the time they align. There's sometimes, because gold is so technical, you'll see levels aligning, but sometimes you'll get levels, right, that cut across another range, and it's like, which level do I use? If you're not sure, let the market get there and establish support or resistance, and it'll comply. It'll actually respect one of those and figure it out from there. Now you know which one to apply, and then let the market tell you first. Don't get ahead of it. Don't assume it's doing something because it looks like something. Let it actually come down and do it, right? Don't say I think. Say, oh, we just saw it do this. Then the next thing. You got the buys. Yeah. Like I said, FOREX still close bullish. That's why I'm still right down here. That's a nice top wick here. Broke the previous 15. Wow. That's 30. Didn't have a top wick here on the previous 15. Did, but a minor one. It just created a solid one. We can get this closure just below here. I need it to look like this. Could be 15, could be the 30. But once we get that and we can break that low, we'll look for that. Hold on a second, chat. Hello from Argentina, first time. W, please drop a like, sub to the channel. Give me a sec, my dog's going crazy. What happens here? This would be ideal. Leg candle on the hourly. That's something we didn't look into, right? Leg candle on the hourly. Top wick first. The 4-hour closes bearish. Top wick first. Come down. Fill the leg candle. Many ways this could print. Like, there's a lot of time left here. See the closure. Wait, what happened, Eddie? I don't get it. Oh, shared that. I better not get in trouble. Yeah, Chris, I didn't understand either at first. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. That's crazy. Like candle. As long as we open with a top wick, sells at this area. Stops. Here, you're looking for this. We'll see. We'll see what we do here. If that this is the idea, if we close like candle here, but a lot, like I said, a lot of time left.
You're muted, by the way.
Thank you very much. At this point, 4 hour even close bearish. Last 15 of the 4 hour. Daily is bullish. Highly likely the daily makes a steeper bottom wick. Bullish. All right. Last 15-minute candle of the 4 hour. 13 minutes here. We're going to lock in. Peace on the next 4 hour. Last time you looked at NQ yesterday. Okay, in the last 10 minutes, and looking like we might have top wick sells in the next 4-hour candle. Make sure you leave room for pineapples here. 42.6, 46, 42.6 for pineapple. The 4-hour range lows could get filled. And if we get top wick first, it's our opportunity. Cat sleeping. Waiting on these dubs. Stops above the range there, so make sure you understand it's a 150 pip stop. A lot depends on how we open as well. We open with a bottom wick. This is a solid level to take a buy off of. 4 minutes. Knicks advanced to the second round. Yeah, they won by like 70. Last time I looked, they were up 65 or 67, something like that. Yeah, and that was the third quarter. Oh, by 51. Yeah, they probably let the bench in and they took the game off. Yeah, you could say Atlanta made a run at the end. One hour respected, huh? We open up with a bottom wick. Be ready to market execute for a possible buy. $40 seconds. sell limit is active here. Yeah. Let's tap the 1 hour body here, which means we should see a reaction up. Right, so it should come up here, but eventually I'd expect a breakdown. If we see it come down here to 4630 areas, I'll delete the sell limit. Really wanted to top wick first. Onion, fake out. So I think we're at multiple positions. Could see a steep wick. Could see a nice push. We're wrong above here. Looking for the 4 hour to come down here. Wait, did I get activated? Am I activated? No, market. I'm not activated there for some reason. Market. Market. Sell. I'm gonna have an hourly there as well. Limit sell. All right, that's what we look like right now. Looking for the 4 hour to create a top wick here and break the lows. And stops are above here. Stop. Buy. Stop. 20. Four hour flip. Once the 4 hour re-breaks its own low, that's where I'm looking to go. That's going to be around 50 pips. Monthly top wick, really 4 hour top wick, daily top wick. Don't really have much of a bottom wick on a daily. We've closed respecting resistance on the 4 hour. We've opened up with a top minor bottom wick, really with a top wick. Never came down back to support here. plus the hourly closed leg candle. That's what we were discussing. Hourly leg candle, 4-hour top wick. Oh, why is this like this? No, need a stop. 20. No. Yeah, by limit. That makes sense. Exactly. Four-hour. We can see a steep top wick. Damn. I don't want to raise the stops up there, but that's a possibility. Maybe right above it. And we see a 4-hour bottom wick here. Monthly top wick. What do we look like on the monthly? Yeah, monthly looks great, right? We don't want to break the monthly high. We just opened up here on the monthly. Yeah, I might move this up. Let's see what it do. And I know, I get it. It's a big stop. Four-hour close, respecting. Don't have much of a bottom wick on the new 4-hour. Opened up with a top wick. Hourly leg candle. Pretty satisfied with the stipulations provided here. Yeah, if we got a bottom wick down to here, like I said, we would have market executed a buy. We came down to support. Did not. I guess you could say the hourly, maybe. Reason why we can break this high and still come back down. There's no wick here. All right, activated on the second one. What we respect? Do we continue pushing? What do you think about cells? I'm in cells. I'm in cells, literally. Right now, you see? And draw down. Expecting a bottom wick. Do we get it? I would think so. Hopefully before we break the highs. Silver flying, DXY melting. Yeah, apparently. Daily, no bottom wick. Well, it does have one, but minor in relation to that one. We break the highs, that's the end of the position. I would expect the 4 hour, since we closed bearish once again, to break the lows. We didn't just close bearish. We respected resistance while closing bearish, then did not create a bottom wick here. So I would still expect, and we closed the candle on the hourly. So instead, I would expect down. What's the idea? Well, the idea was sells. It still is sells. I just understand it's a new 4 hour. And I also said leave room for pineapples because it's possible that you open up with a steep 4 hour top wick. Wait, what? What do you mean? Wait, what? Wicks 9 and sells. Moment. Checking to see if I understand you today. Yeah, you understand me. What about my logic? Wasn't understood. I mean, ask questions. Go ahead, ask questions, and I would love to answer them. I just went in depth. Good trade. YouTube took my content down. I had to get that resolved. Yeah, I saw. It's pretty crazy. That was wild. Yeah, I think it's a good trade. Just look, just because you're in drawdown doesn't mean you're behind probability wise, but you're in drawdown. There's a chance of losing. I said make room for pineapples. Don't really put all your eggs in the basket down there. And so we're waiting on pineapple. They don't hit. That's nasty. That's a nasty opening for the 4 hour, right? You're expecting a reaction right off this level just for the snipe, and then the rest should be a straight. Can you start taking profits on the break of the previous 4 hour low? If we start coming down here, I'm gonna secure partials and go break even, because that's this support, this resistance can turn into a support as you break down. What a candle. Yeah, steeper bottom wick would have been advised.
I've been in a buy since 46.32.8.
Yeah, buys would have made sense. You're expecting a wick both ways on this type of 4 hour closure. When you're expecting a wick both ways, like that bottom wick to support, makes sense just as much as the top wick to resistance here.
Yeah, we just tapped my partials 46.8.
Fill of the wick here. Yep.
Yeah, and then my runner is 46.59.1.
Okay. Let's hope it doesn't get there. Let's hope it gets there after it gives us profits.
No, but I have my stops chasing it to take the exact trade you're taking if it comes back down.
Like I said, both buys and sells made sense. Buys made sense on the closure. Sells made sense on the higher time frame. Now just got to sit through some drawdown. All right, it'll build your mental. Okay. There's no management at the moment because this was mostly based off the 4 hour. So I'm gonna need this to play out off these levels. Why you do this, 4 hour? Why you do? 16 pips, that does nothing. Signals connected, yeah. But they might not be because what, new month? I don't see a reason. I didn't disconnect them. Did you guys get the position in the signals? No, you did not. You guys didn't get it. We're in the same position here in signal. Well, I am. Damn, I don't think signals.
Last position it shows is 1:35 p.m.
Yeah, that's today after stream.
Yeah, it didn't pop up in the signals. That's why I went to the signals chat and asked you if stops were above previous day. Because I went to go look up the numbers on the signals, but I didn't see them there.
Sorry, I did not notice. Position and signals. That sucks. I really wanted the signal channel to get that. not that it's lost, just trade. Trade to take. $42 buy orders at 39, right? Yeah, but it didn't get there. Didn't get there. But that might be a closeout for us, 39, because of this level. $38. 38.3. Closing in 3 minutes, right? The light candle doesn't do you much good. We close with no bottom wick. Expect a quick closure here at this level. $52 contracts. What? 39.4. Eldo. Okay. Top wick is good. Bottom wick, no good. Top wick, good. I'm starting to love trades drawdown. Test my patience. Tell me about it. Not a big fan of the late candle. Are you getting out of beat? Yeah, I don't like this late candle. I need a different closure. Maybe the 4-hour back in range. I just do not like it. I don't like this level across at which I would be buying because of the smaller time frame late candle. Strong closure. Yeah, 15 late candle sucks. All right, nice stop wick. Wick to fill up here. Whole lot of buy limits there. Your trade idea looks good. Not with this wick that we just left, and not with the 15 closing like candle. The way I see this candle needs to make a bottom wick and push up. It's not ready to go yet. We should have slingshot it already. It just should have done it already. You can hold it. I'm cool with it. Yeah, if it wants to push down heavy, it can. I'm fine with it. I just this isn't what I wanted. This isn't how I wanted the closure. This isn't how I wanted the 15. It just like that's not it. So even if I'm super right and this runs down 10,000 pips, this isn't the risk I want to have on the table now for this position because of these closures. Oh, come on. No, don't do this. Don't fucking do that. I hate when it does this shit. Let me see it's pushing. Break There's a 30 bottom wick, you gotta realize, right? 30's got a bottom wick and a wick to fill. Yeah, I'm not going to disregard this level that runs across to the left here. Why do I see two blue things here? There's another limit over there. What is that? Yo. Come on. This bullish flip is why I wanted to close out here, but I expected it to get to support right here to the left. Didn't really get there. Look, it played off this wick here. Thing. Some more waiting. That 30 just tried to push up. I will not be participating in the rest of this short. I'm waiting for it to get to my BE, which is exactly at a support level here. Lower? Yo! Come on. There we go. We're out. We should be out. Whoa, whoa, stop opening positions. Yep, we're out. I don't care if it comes up, it comes down. This is an area where you might see a reaction and a steeper break at highs. Look at this level across, right? There. This is the only thing I'm focusing on. This thing right here. Wanted a slingshot, not this. So I'm cool with this. This can run as far as it wants to. Not gonna participate. I expect that leg candle. Be a fill, closure above the range, 30 top wick to fill, leg candle. Great. If the hourly, whatever this wants to do, it wants to come down from it. Dude, it did what I wanted. For me to manage risk, I'll be out. 46.36, like I asked, you ask and you shall receive. Yeah, put things into existence. Put things into existence. Our entry was right there. 20 pips, 23. I wanted to see slingshot boom this reaction and start filling this wick. It can probably do that now, but I don't want to participate in it. I've seen plenty of times. You didn't get the closure yet. This comes back, re-breaks highs. Eventually it might come down, but we don't have that closure yet. Like I said, the 15 leg candle matters, the 30 matters. Patience, stay stoked. Yeah, I mean, if this rides up, you're gonna be thanking me. You'll be like, oh, thank God. But the problem, like I said, probability still dictates. It's a little less now, but it still dictates that it comes down based on the 4-hour closure and the 4-hour top wick. Never broke the previous 4-hour high. Still dictates we come down, fill the range. Just the smaller time frame closures above lessen that probability, and if this closes back in range, that increases that probability again. Fill the candle. You internet went there for a second. Well, congrats. Then you got a dub. Yeah, gang. I'm gonna call it a session here because for this to set up for more positions, it would take some time here for me. I would need to be out of this chop. Because we're right back into it. Idea was correct. I think if we just had the pineapple and not the first entry here, which me and Reggie have bumped into this plenty of times right at that initial level, but man, it looked so good here to fill that wick. But maybe if we had just the pineapple, like, did you come back to B? Yeah. We closed at B. Pineapple and closure at B. So 2 break evens today. No profits. Wait, 94. Idea correct. Timing a little bit off in terms of the first entry. Second entry, perfect. Didn't go any higher. All right, yeah, I'm gonna call it a session here. It's been a long time here, and this is what I really wanted. That initial drop off a slingshot, not closing above and then coming back in range. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 104 pips, sold at 46.47 after liquidity grab. Yeah, I mean, our pineapple would have smacked. But like I said, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Today was the last Asian session, right, for the week. So if you're part of the private gang, I'll see you guys on Sunday. I owe you 2 giveaways. And if you're not, go join, get the bundle, and get access. So you could have access to the Sunday private Asian session to open up the market. There's the flippity pippity. Yep. Annoying, but didn't play out the way what I wanted happened, not the way I wanted it to happen. All right. We're not coming to the next battle with a smaller army, right? That's all that matters. Yeah, everybody else, I'll see you guys tomorrow for our last session of the week, first of the month. We're gonna end my best month of the year so far. Break even trade, but a great month. Great month, 40% month. So, on that note, let's continue that into the next month. Gang, see you tomorrow. Zoom gang, see you tomorrow. Signal channel, it's gonna take a while. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Congrats to everybody that got dubs today. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time here is up, and just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Have a good night, everybody. Take it easy. I'm gonna step away from the charts. I'm kind of annoyed. I'm gonna go smoke a joint, and see you guys tomorrow. Later.